Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm doing a draw this again challenge, and this is the picture that you can see now on the screen that I am drawing again. According to YouTube I did this exactly a year ago. It says the 10th of February 2018 is when I published this video. So I am now doing it for the, today is the 11th of February 2019, but I did draw this at the weekend. This is actually my second attempt drawing this. My first attempt I had a bit of a disaster with the Promarkers. I seem to be having a little bit of an issue because I did notice that it did start happening a little bit even with this version, but in the end I was just too stubborn and didn't want to give up a second time. So I carried on regardless, and although I'm not entirely happy with how the Promarkers turned out, it's in my sketchbook, so it's not the end of the world. But I seem to be having a bit of an issue where that I always colour light to dark. That's the way I've always done it, and so I put down my darkest colour first and then I blend it out into the lighter colours. But recently I've started to notice that the lighter colours, instead of blending with like medium colours, they start to bleach the medium and dark colours instead. And I don't know if it is just the paper, if it is the Promarkers themselves, because they've been taken over by Winsor and Newton instead of Letraset. I don't know if it is that they may have changed the formula slightly with their new pens. I've no idea, or if it's just me being out of habit with them and not really knowing how to use them anymore. But I just find that I'm really struggling, especially getting these lighter colours to blend into the medium colours. They just bleach out more like the blender pen instead of blending as they're supposed to. But anyway, enough of my problems. Let's go back to the drawing, shall we? With this drawing, one of the major differences from last year's is probably the fact that I've moved away from using line art. I really am not a fan of using line art in drawing. It just doesn't seem to suit my way of drawing. I'm not very good at varying the line weight and that kind of thing, and I don't know, I find it looks a bit too kind of cartoony, but my lines are never smooth, and I just don't like it for my drawings. I see some people do line work and I think it looks amazing, but personally for me it just doesn't work. Maybe it's a practice thing. But the thing I have done differently with this piece is I lined everything with with my polychromos pencils in a similar shade to that I was going to colour, so that it kind of blends in with the colouring eventually, so you don't see so much of the lining, but I've got lines to go by when I am actually colouring. And pretty much the same as last year, with the skin colours I put a layer of purple underneath, a very pale shade. I think this shade is called Orchid. I just find it, when you blend it with the peachy colours, it gives a really nice shadowy colour, which isn't as dull as putting a grey underneath. I used to put like ice greys and cool greys underneath to do the shadows, but I just like the effect of this purple instead. It's just a really nice shadow colour, I think. And then now I can't remember what all of my Promarkers were called. I think the darkest one was Soft Peach, and now I'm going in with Sun-Kissed Pink, and then let me remember, Dusky Pink, although the outside of the dusky pink looks like it should be more yellow, but it's actually it is a pink. And then it was Almond, which I went in with as the lightest colour, and that was the one that again did start to make a little bit of a strange effect with the other Promarkers. I'm really not sure what's going on there. It's kind of putting me off using Promarkers as well. Like, the other colours blend in with each other fine, and then you get to the lightest colour and it just goes all splotchy or liney, or yeah, I don't know. I'm getting to the stage where I'm like, do I really want to keep persevering with Promarkers, or maybe I should find another medium that can take over as my favourite. I do like painting, but I find it's a bit of a hassle, like getting your paints out and then having to clean all the brushes. Promarkers are just so easy. You just get them out the box and find the ones that match, and then, well, supposedly just colour with them, but then, yeah, I don't know. we'll see. I'll probably keep going with the ones I've got anyway. Maybe I won't replace the ones that when they run out. We'll see. But anyway, I persevered. I don't really know what more I can say about this piece actually. I think you can see some improvement from last year. I think there's obviously still a way to go. But overall I'm quite happy with how the piece turned out. Apart from, I still think she looks like she needs to smile more. I was trying to make her look like she was smiling, but I don't think I succeeded somehow. Trying to draw characters that are smiling seems to be quite difficult. So she looks a bit stern and serious, but yeah, what can you do? I guess that's something that I need to keep practicing, how to make my characters look like they are smiling. So anyway, I will probably leave you to some music now, and because I think I've waffled on long enough about what I'm doing here, and I don't really know what else to say. And enjoy watching me blend the hair. I got a bit lazy at the end, so some of it is probably not as blended as it could be. I think I was still frustrated about the face looking a bit blotchy in places, so I just was like, I almost gave up at one point. This was almost the second attempt that didn't make it either, so maybe there should be a third attempt at some point. But yeah, I got bored then of doing the hair because I was frustrated, so that also ended up looking a bit streaky. But there you go. I need to work on my patience. Anyway, I will leave you to it. I really hope you enjoy watching this video and the rest of the video. If you do, feel free to give it a thumbs up, a like, or a comment even. I love to know what you guys think. And I will see you in my next video next week. Bye!